The following presentation is sponsored in part by McLarty Daniel. Find your next car or truck at McLarty Daniel. Tyson Foods, powered by Tyson. Arvest Bank, Seaside Pools and Spas, Hogbox, and Explore Springdale.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Come see the largest pre-owned inventory in Northwest Arkansas.
Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it in McLarty Daniel Country. With 800 pre-owned vehicles at 6 giant locations in Bentonville and Springdale, there's something for everyone. Plus,
At McLarty Daniel, you're protected.
drive worry-free for 7 years or 200,000 miles with the MD Pre-Owned Advantage. And when it's time to sell your car, we're ready to buy it, even if you don't buy from us. Have you visited McLarty Daniel Country yet?
Visit us online at mclartydaniel.com.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
All right, good evening, everybody. It's 6 o'clock, and that's when our concert is supposed to begin, and so we shall begin. This is the George Junior High Band Spring Concert. Tonight is going to kind of be a little bit longer concert because we've got a lot of awards and student recognitions to pass out tonight. My name is Chris Moore. I'm one of the band directors at George Junior High alongside Miss Ashley Beatty. The students and us teachers, we've had a really great year. It's hard to think sometimes that these students are in their second year and third year of playing. And with their behavior and with their sounds that they make. Miss Beatty and I were just really pleased with the progress of our students. And the ninth graders, we're going to be sad to see them go to the high school, and our eighth graders graduate to ninth graders and our leaders next year. And then the Mr. Hendricks at Kelly Middle School, the seventh graders will join us next year. So tonight is just kind of a cumulative performance of our entire year. We've done well at all of the things that we've done, whether it be Christmas concert, going to competition, all regions. So we've had a really good year, and we're proud of our students, and we hope that you can hear that tonight. We want to begin with reminding you that tonight's concert will be recorded. No flash photography, please. And parents, if you have a young one that becomes restless, please take them to the lobby so we can get a nice audio recording. We always want to thank Dr. Rollins here in Springdale. We don't want to take things for granted. Just him supporting the fine arts and the band here in Springdale. We're just very blessed with what we have. Our school principals, Mr. Jenkins, Miss Barker, Miss Eads. I can't think of 3 more principals that are really supportive of us. If we come across an obstacle, they stop what they're doing to help us. And so I want to thank Mr. Jenkins, Miss Barker, Miss Eads for helping us. Also, we want to give a shout out to all of our coaches that we share at our schools, whether it be swim, cheer dance, basketball, track, cross country, football, choir. Even Coach Davis donated his personal drum set that we'll be using later in the evening. That's really special. Special shout out to Coach Johnson, who always, football coach, who stops by the band room to check on me, Miss Beatty, and his students and the kids. It's just a really special relationship that we have. And also, I want to recognize Mr. Olson, Miss Sedberry, who even with technology for tonight's concert, we always collaborate, and just really very fortunate that our band and choir we just gel so well. So thank you, Mr. Olson, Miss Sedberry, so much for what you do. We'll be sharing the podium tonight with our third and fourth band director, Miss Hannah and Mr. McCartney. They are both just graduated from the University of Arkansas and actively figuring out what the next phase of their life will be. And so we will have 4 band directors tonight, all of us sharing the entire program, and you'll enjoy the pieces that they have. Ms. Willems, I want to thank you for working for our fundraiser last week with our first Marco's Pizza fundraiser. Looking forward to doing that next year and also helping bring the drum set over. Mr. Boatwright, who's helped us all year transport the tubas and baritones and the percussion. His son, thankfully, is an 8th grader, and we're looking forward to his help next year, so thank you, Mr. Boatwright. Okay, we're going to move on with some music now. The group before you is our Varsity band. We'll be playing 4 pieces, and I hope you were able to get a program in the lobby. Our first piece is Comet Ride, and it will be directed by Miss Hannah, so please help me welcome to the stage Miss Hannah and the Varsity band. Thank you. All right, thank you all so much. This group does have two more pieces for you, but before we begin the next one, which is called Technoblade, Miss Beatty will introduce that piece just a little bit for you all. At this time, I would like for the 8th grade students on this stage to please stand up. 8th graders, please stand up. If you'll please give these students a hand, parents. All right, thank you, guys. All of our students in class today, such as the 8th graders and all region students that you'll meet in a minute, we've already given them their certificates in class just to help the concert go just a little bit more quickly. The 8th graders, we're just really proud of them because they started band last year and they've continued with us, and we want to see them be our leaders even next year. And so the 8th graders really are the lifeblood of our band. At the end of the concert, later before the last piece, we're going to bring all of our 9th graders out here, and we're going to recognize them at that time. So thank you, 8th graders. Miss Beatty, take it away.
Our next piece on the concert for this group is Technoblade. This piece is a little different than our other pieces. It was inspired when the composer Benjamin Taylor took up knife throwing. He liked the different sounds the knives made as they flew through the air and hit the targets. This piece does have an electronic background track, so some of the stranger sounds you'll be hearing are actually the speaker that is above the head of our trombone players. So without further ado, here is Technoblade.
By the sound of it, I think some of you enjoyed a little techno with the band performance. We never really knew, how people would react to that. And Miss Beatty and I, we found that song at band camp when we go in the summer to listen to the University of Arkansas bands, and they have 10 junior high bands, and each band plays 4 songs. So we're there all day listening to 40 pieces of music, and we're there pretty much just to get ideas for music for next year. And the composer of that last piece, he's self-published, and so when we ordered that piece from J.W. Pepper, it said it'd be here in like 3 months, and we're like, that's not going to work. And so we emailed him directly for his music, and he asked how we heard about it, and it was from the U of A band camp. So Miss Beatty really liked that song, and I'm glad you guys did too. If you like that technology, Miss Hannah will be doing one with the concert band next piece, something a little different. Next period, did I say that? Next piece, okay. Okay, we're going to pass out some hardware now. Students, if you hear your name, you're getting a trophy because you've been outstanding or improved or have done a really good job. Receiving our percussion award for the varsity band, Xavier Young. Come on up here, Xavier. Could you hear me? Could you hear me say your name? Good job. All right, now go back to your spot. On tuba, we call him Z-Man, Zamarian. Hey, congratulations. A lot of times you'll see a lot of 9th graders get awards, so when the 8th graders get awards, they're doing really good things. Good job, Zee. Also, 8th grade clarinet, Natalina Joe. On saxophone, Alicia Garnett. They're sitting side by side, and 9th graders holding down the front row. Alicia Fuentes and Haiti Garcia, both of y'all. Our flute award goes to Diana Bravo. And finally, but not least, in our trumpet section, Julio Barroso. Okay, we have one more piece with this group, and then if you've been to our concerts before, we'll have a little bit of just a set change in about 5 minutes as we transition through the piece. I should add for Miss Hannah, who will be directing twice more for you tonight, she's been with us at George Junior High for the past 3 years when we were looking for a saxophone teacher. I'm not sure how we found you, but maybe Miss Beatty. But she's been teaching our saxophone sectionals after school the fall semester for the past 3 years, and so it was just kind of just a natural fit for her student placement right here at George Junior High with us. She's done a fantastic job. She just graduated on Saturday from college. Let's give her a hand for graduating. She's a saxophone player, music education from the University of Arkansas, and a graduate of Alma High School. Now, her boyfriend is also going to be directing tonight. Mr. McCartney comes with us in the afternoon classes. He finishes up his morning internship at a different school. They finish about 3 o'clock. And so he volunteers his time to come help with us during the last part of the day. In the morning, we have Mr. Wood come with us. He's not able to get to our afternoon classes. So Mr. McCartney's been helping us out with trumpet and with the band. He graduated this past Saturday, music education. He is a graduate of HAR-BER High School. He is a trumpet player, and he is going to be directing the varsity band on our next piece. So please help me welcome to the podium Mr. Peyton McCartney and the Tempest. sure you'll see her. She's here. Okay, as percussion are getting set for their first number with this group, just a couple announcements for us all. Mr. Stevens, our high school band director, asked for me to share some words with you all. There's going to be a 9th grade parent meeting next Tuesday for the students that are going to be in the Springdale High School Band next year. That's Tuesday, May 21st from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. in the Studio Theater. And the Studio Theater is, if you're in the lobby and you kind of go to the left around, that'll get you to the Studio Theater. We will be sending notes home with our 9th graders, but did want to make you all aware of that. And when you came in tonight, you received hopefully a copy of our program, and also there was an informational flyer. Last year, we did an extra fundraiser. We don't do a whole lot of fundraisers, but there was an opportunity that came our way from a trumpet player that I marched with in the Arkansas band when I was in college, and he now, on a kind of a side job for him, is he sells fireworks over the holidays. And he said, would the George Band like a proceeds of our fireworks sales? And any extra money always helps, right? And so we got the word out last year a little bit late, and we received a very small check from him, which is fine. And so we're going to continue that tradition this year. He's just looking to give back. And so if any of you don't have a prior obligation or commitment with your firework purchase, if you guys do buy fireworks, I budget for about $100 myself, and that gives me about 90 minutes of fun on July 4th. Pinnacle Fireworks is located behind Walmart Neighborhood Market at Don Tyson, where the interstate is. So if you pull into that neighborhood market, in the back, very close to the interstate, is Pinnacle Fireworks. And at checkout, if you'll say, I support the George Band, it begins on June 28th and ends July 4th. That would help us out in a small way. So thank you so much. Next group tonight is our concert band. They'll be playing 4 pieces for you tonight. The first one is the Forge of Vulcan. So please help me welcome Miss Ashley Beatty and the concert band. Go get it, Tiger. If you are an 8th grader in the concert band, please stand up. 8th graders, please give these kids a hand. Thank you, 8th graders. These students also received a certificate of recognition in class, and today, and these students will be our leaders as 9th graders in the George Band next year. You know, and as I look at these guys who just finished their 2nd year of playing, I try to think about myself in the 2nd year of doing anything, riding a bicycle, speaking a different language. And after 2 years of playing, these kids are doing a really, really good job. Proud of you guys. The next piece will be the International March. It's a long title that is in your program. I probably couldn't say it right if I tried. And in case you're wondering, when the students are in 7th grade, Miss Beatty is responsible for the clarinet and the saxophone class. And I'm responsible at Kelly Middle School for the trombone and tuba class, and Mr. Hendricks teaches all the other classes. And when they come to the junior high, we share the classes together, so it doesn't matter who gets in front of them, they respond very well. And as of right now, you know, we've been splitting our class into thirds with Miss Hannah and with the Varsity Band. We've been split it into fourths. So the students respond really well to lots of varied instruction. This is the International March. We had some students selected into the all-region band from the concert band, and selection into the all-region band, that's a really big deal. It means you're amongst the best of the best. College scholarships start to come your way once you get to high school. Mr. Stevens brought a letter over last week or a week before of one of our former students, Alex Garcia, who's a 10th grader at Springdale High School. He made all-region and all-state, and as a 10th grader, he's starting to receive for music, for band, college scholarships. And it started when he started making all-region in junior high. So we have several students that we'd like to recognize, and I want to recognize them by name. I used to call her Elizabeth, but now all of her friends are saying Liz. So Liz Futhavong, please stand. All region flute. Rafael Centeno, all region tuba. Those students made the all-region band, and we had a student selected to all-region orchestra, and on snare drum, Johnson Alenzo. About a month after All Region, we hired a professional photographer to come to the George Band Room, and the students that made All Region, he professionally took their picture. And 30 inches by 40 inches, those students' picture will forever be on the wall in the George Band Room. So 8th graders, we want to encourage you next year to keep trying for All Region as when you're a 9th grader. Okay, we're going to continue with The Machine Awakes. This will be another piece that uses audio track. So please help me welcome back Miss Sydney Hanna and The Machine Awakes. Yay. That last song ended with a gong, and Johnson, our all-region snare player, he's now known as Thor, because he'll just hold his hand up and then he plays the gong. So good job, Johnson. All right, we have some awards for the students in the concert band. These students are improved, outstanding, and have just done everything that we've asked of them. 8th grade clarinet, Ava Moore. We call him Mighty Joseph. He plays the tuba, Joseph Peraza. On percussion, Pedro Perez. Flute, Liz Futhavong. Trumpet, Alvaro Vargas. Also on trumpet, Junior Sanchez. Hey man, good job. She does a great job on percussion. She doesn't hardly speak, so she doesn't know it, so we'll recognize her. Anacela Santa Maria. Thor, Johnson Alenzo. He's been at every quinceañera that I've been at. He's dancing. Esteban Aguilar. Tatiana Rui. For French horn, Santiago Barbosa. He will have a solo on the next piece you'll hear. Saxophone, Madison Bartholomew. Low clarinet, Miguel Galaviz. And Monique Lopez. Ms. Beatty will be introducing our Director's Award, which will be, it's a plaque. It's a very nice plaque.
This award goes to a student who shows dedication to our band program and everything that they do. I have been amazed at the progress this student has made on their instrument in the 2 years I have known them. This student comes in early in the mornings to help us set up, and every day when I get ready to go to the high school, he looks at me and says, "Ms. Beatty, do you have everything?" So the Director's Award for the concert band goes to Miguel Galviz.
Our trumpet instructor, Mr. Keith Wood, could not be here tonight because he is rehearsing with the local community band, the Arkansas Winds. Our students and parents, those of you that know Keith Wood, he joined our adjunct faculty, I don't know, what feels like 10 years now. And he's been our trumpet teacher. He volunteers to help us throughout the day, goes with us onto assessment trips. He's a great role model for our students. He's a great trumpet teacher. And I think last year we decided that we would start our own George Band Award called the Keith Wood Award. And the characteristics of this person is just hardworking, kind, dedicated, passionate. If you don't know Keith Wood, I hope you can meet him. And this year we have expanded it where 2 students will be receiving the Keith Wood Award this year. And in the concert band, our Keith Wood Award goes to Alvaro Vargas.
The last piece on our concert band portion of this concert is the Great Locomotive Chase. It is titled after the Great Locomotive Chase in Georgia, which occurred during the early years of the Civil War. During the war, Georgia was largely protected from military hostilities, so many arms, munitions, and supplies were shipped through the state. On April 12th of 1862, 19 Union soldiers dressed in plain clothes boarded one of these trains that was shipping supplies to the Confederate Army. When the train stopped at a later station to allow the crew and passengers to have breakfast, these soldiers uncoupled the engine, wood tender, and 3 boxcars from the rest of the train and took off across Georgia. Their sole purpose was to destroy as much track as they could before being caught. Hearing the train pull out of the station, the conductor and 2 employees ran out of the hotel dining room and ran after the train on foot for several miles. They eventually commandeered another train, and the chase finally began, ending 30 miles west of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Here is the Great Locomotive Chase. Here it is. Before we continue with our next piece, I just want to let you know in your program on the third page there is a big oval. That is so that you can leave a note for us, a quick shout out to your student or even to the band as a whole. We did this last year, and the day after the concert we will read them their notes to the class that they're in. And they seem to really like it. We post them in the hallway, and some of them get a little embarrassed because mom writes, "I love you, baby," and it's really funny. So our next piece, the first piece you will hear this from this group tonight is what's described as a barn burner. A barn burner is a piece that is hard and fast, and it just doesn't seem to let the musicians have a break. This piece is 5.5 minutes long, and in that time, our piccolo player will play 616 notes. Our oboes will play 537 notes. Our flute players will play 1,125 notes. Our clarinet players will play 1,757 notes. Our bass clarinets, 436 notes. Our altos, 774 notes. Our tenor player will play 734 notes. Our bari player will play 592 notes. Our trumpets will play 1,337 notes. Our horn players will play 407. Our trombone players will play 952 notes. Our baritone players will play 469 notes. Our tuba players will play 451. Our timpani player will play 306. Our drum set player will play the most, which is 1,871 notes. Our drums will play, the rest of our drummers will play 1,147 notes, and our mallet players at a close second will play 1,865 notes. That is a grand total of 14,829 notes, which is a little bit under 50 notes a second in the next 5.5 minutes. So without further ado, here's Burnin'.
If you're an 8th grader in this band, would you please stand up? 8th grade. Please give these students a hand. Thank you. Just very impressed with the 8th graders, all the 8th graders that we have at George Junior High. We have just great kids and great school, and just wonderful to see them just grow up so fast with their instrument. Our 9th graders will be recognizing after 2 more pieces. I have a stack of music hidden somewhere in the band office that Miss Beatty found one day, and she was like, "What is this?" And in that stack of music is perhaps some songs that I wish that I could play one day if I were perhaps a high school band director one day. And in that stack was Semi-Remedy Overture, but as our George Band alumni we have here, we played that last year, and Eagle Squadron March. And so there's a couple more songs, Stars and Stripes Forever and Variation on a Korean Folk Song. I've passed these songs out to bands in the year past just to see what they could do, and often it's like, nope, and we turn it back in. And so I've been waiting for 14 years to be able to direct and play variations on a Korean folk song. If you look up these songs on YouTube, often you will find professional bands, college bands, or really elite high school bands playing it. So 8th grade, 9th grade students, thank you for your work. This is Variation on a Korean Folk Song. It has multi-movement work, so you'll hear us stop, but we're going to keep going. It does that about 2 times. Thank you all. And thank you all for being here, asking 13, 14, and 15-year-olds to work out the rides and get their instruments and their uniforms. It's just a really neat feat. Thank you all for being here. We had students in this group who also have their picture. It's already taken. It'll be printed 30 by 40 and hung in our band room. So by name, we'd like to recognize the students in this ensemble that made one of the all-region groups, whether it be jazz band or orchestra or the regular band. So let's begin with the jazz band. We had 3 students who were selected into the all-region jazz band. Dexter Jenkins on bass saxophone. Gilberto Gordillo on trumpet. And Jaden Gum on trombone. All right, thank you guys. And Dexter, you get to come up here because he made first chair one of the best jazz bass saxophone players in Northwest Arkansas. When I was in high school, I had the opportunity to play in an orchestra, and that's not really something that we have here, and so we do have an opportunity for our students to take the next step on their own to try out for all-region orchestra. And we set a school record this year for all-region orchestra members. And the reason it's so hard to make the all-region orchestra is because imagine Arkansas as, kind of like a box. There's a north part and a south part. There's only 2 orchestras for all-region, and they only take 1 bass clarinet. They only take 1 tuba, and so just when Fort Smith shows up here and then the Big Four, it's just really hard to make it. And so we set a school record this year of students that made the all-region orchestra. Some years we have 0, some years we have 1, and this year we have 6. So please help me recognize on trombone Landon Ingram. Liz Corvera. Johnson, we have recognized you. Stephen Alvarenga on bass clarinet. Jonathan Heim on tuba. And Valeria Quintanilla on oboe. Now, like Dexter did on, you guys can grab a seat, thank you. Like Dexter did on jazz being the best baritone saxophone in Northwest Arkansas, being the best in the orchestra is really difficult when they take 1 tuba and they take 1 bass clarinet and 2 oboes. So Valeria, Jonathan, and Stephen, come get your first chair trophy. You are the best. You get something. Hey, Valeria. And I want to thank Valeria and Raina for coming back for our concert because they went to the PTS concert in Chicago this weekend. Well, she told me P. Oh, BTS, okay. This is just what it's like every day. And the students selected into the all-region band, all of these students did receive their certificates earlier in the day. Our flute students selected Emily Espinoza. Not yet. Kimberlyn Placencios. Angela Aguilar. Leslie Chavez, Valeria Quintanilla, Emma Bro, clarinets, Lizette Corvera, Claudia Marin, Daisy Rodriguez, Jasmine Peralez, Kaylin Hayter, Brianna Polanco, all-region bass clarinets, Stephen Alvarenga, Lexi Gordiani, Alexandra Araujo. Alto saxophone, Alondra Fernandez. Tenor saxophone, Josue Reyes. Of course, baritone saxophone, Dexter Jenkins. Trumpet, Herberto Ceja. Trombone, Edwin Soto. Jaden Gum. Andrea Galsing. Landon Ingram. Euphoniums, Omar Perea. Manny Lopez. Tuba, Jonathan Heim. Reina Torres. Reina, Christian Pacheco. De Alessandro Lugo. Jet Sisova. Cole Willems. And Hez Fowler. These are our students that made the All-Region Band last semester. Give them a hand. Thank you. Between them and the other students that made All-Region, they should just go off and start their own band. Now we need to recognize the students that are making All-Region first chair when they pick, 40 flutes, and a lot of students don't make it because it's really hard. And you are the best flute player in Northwest Arkansas. Emily Espinoza, come get your prize. This young man's going to enjoy this moment. He likes being recognized. So making first chair in the orchestra on bass clarinet, and then coming back with the regular band making first chair again. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Alvarenga, first chair. Here's another face you're going to recognize. Baritone saxophone first chair, Dexter Jenkins. The best tuba player in the orchestra and the best tuba player in the band, Jonathan Heim. We're going to play some more music before we do some more awards before our last one. Ms. Hannah?
Good evening. My name is Cindy Hanna, and I'm the third band director and the student teacher here at George Junior High. I just wanted to say thank you to the family and friends for coming out tonight to support these kids as they perform. It's been a great privilege to be before these kids at George, and I can't thank Chris and Ashley and the administration enough for this wonderful opportunity. These kids are very special, and I hope they continue their time in music. If there isn't more of a time where the world needed music, it would be now. Thank you again for allowing me to work with your kids this past semester and for the last 3 years. Our next piece that we will be performing is called In These Last Days of Autumn. It was written for a student from a high school in Colorado, who passed away, and the band program asked the composer to write a piece in memory of that student who loved band and rock music. The composer compiled classical music and rock elements together to create the piece, so you will be able to hear elements of rock music here and there. I hope you enjoy In These Last Days of Autumn, and thank you again.
All right, a few more recognitions, and we have one more. If I could have Edwin Soto, Reina Torres, and Valeria Quintanilla come join me up here. These three students are our drum majors from this past year. If you went to the football games, you saw them by themselves leading the band on and off the field, directing the band. And they are our leaders. They are our drum majors, and we're going to be sad to see them go to high school next year. There was something in them, I believe, that was probably a leader when they started band in 7th grade, and we're just so fortunate that in 8th grade we saw it continue more, and then in 9th grade they became our drum majors. So these students have volunteered many hours during the summer, before school and after school, to help prepare our band for this year and to be leaders of our band. Please help me recognize this year's drum majors. I need y'all to do me one more thing, though. Edwin, I need your help one more time. Our tryouts for next year's drum majors, parents, for our 8th graders is May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, and I'd love for those guys to help the next batch learn how to do their things. We'd love to see your kids try out to be our drum major on those dates, 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
We also have some students to recognize in this group that are outstanding and improved and just exhibit all the best qualities of musicianship. Jocelyn Benitez Martinez. Claudia Marin. Claudia. Y'all have never had a problem hearing me before. Manny Lopez. Once again, the great Dexter Jenkins. Landon Ingram. Lexi Gordiani. Gilberto Gordillo. Jaden Gum. Jonathan Heim. Marlene Hernandez. Kaylin Hayter. Hez Fowler. Jessica Favela. And her other half, Emily Espinoza. Liz Corvera. Isaac Cooper. Herberto Ceja Martinez. Emma Bro. And again, some recognition for Stephen Alvarenga. Angela Aguilar. Itzel Villanueva. Reina Torres. Edwin Soto. Daisy Rodriguez. Valeria Quintanilla. And last but certainly not least, Cole Willems.
The Keith Wood Award for the Symphonic Band goes to a student that is all of those characteristics of Mr. Wood. Something special about him. I went to watch one of his track meets and he had his music in, and I was wondering what was hyping him up before the track meet, and it was orchestra and band music before his race. So our Keith Wood Award goes to Gilberto Gordillo.
Our next award is the Gilmore Award, the Patrick S. Gilmore Award. The Gilmore Award is a nationally recognized award. It is given to a student who shows outstanding musicianship, loyalty, and leadership. It is not only in band, but in their everyday life. This is the highest award a junior high student can earn. This year's recipient has shown that they are very deserving of this honor. This student walks in every day with a smile and has shown a tremendous amount of strength, compassion, and understanding in their time at George. I could go on for days about this human, but I won't. This year's Patrick S. Gilmore Award goes to Emily Espinoza. The Director's Award for the Symphonic Band goes to a student who smiles every day, comes in and asks me how my day is going, and asks Mr. Moore how his day is going, and Miss Hannah, and they come in when it's not even their class period. They somehow end up in the band room, with permission, of course, from their teachers. And every day they come by at the end and say bye and give us hugs, and is just an outstanding musician. Shows compassion for the younger people in their section and makes sure that everybody knows what they're doing and has everything that they need. So the Director's Award for this year for Symphonic Band goes to the girl shaking her head, Jessica Favela.
Ninth graders, when you hear your name, if you'll join us up on the front of the stage. Parents, we've had a tradition at George Junior High for the 14 or 15 years that I've been at the school. Every ninth grader will be receiving from us, if their fees have been paid in full, our tradition, which is a George Band blanket with our George Band logo on it. It's kind of been fun to find out students that had gone to college and maybe not played in the college band, maybe they have, that they take that to their dormitory with them. So that's just something we started years ago and we're still doing it. So they started band together in 6th grade when they tried out for it, and they're here in 9th grade, and we certainly would encourage them to keep playing their instrument in the historic Springdale High School Band. 9th graders, when you hear your name, please come up here. Gabriel Arvello, Chase Bryant, Joel Carrillo, Alicia Fuentes, Haiti Garcia, come on up guys, Rashad Hamid, Kaden LaBeouf, Kevin Mares, Jose Martinez, Xavier Young.
Kevin Aguilar, Esteban Aguilar, Karen Alvarado, Alexander Angeles, Tatiana Aru, Alan Baradas, Irvin Bravo, Rafael Centeno, Alexis Chavez, Laura Fernandez, Miguel Galaviz, Brandon Gallardo, Isabella Garcia, Aide Gonzalez, Jared Gunter, Ashley Hernandez, Alejandro Martinez, Na Wen, Jacqueline Olguin, Kevin Perez, Sydney Pippins, James Sampson, Augustine Sanchez Vega, Alvaro Vargas, Jimmy Yamada, Stephen Alvarenga, Herberto Ceja, Brittany Chavez, Leslie Chavez, Isaac Cooper, Lizette Corvera, Kalintha Eknar, Emily Espinoza, Jessica Favela, Alondra Fernandez, Xochitl Gallegos, Andrea Gausen, Gilberto Gordillo, Marlene Hernandez, Jonathan Heim, Landon Ingram, Dexter Jenkins. Y'all can make more than one row. That's okay. You can go. There. Yeah, go. I can't move the podium that quickly. Thank you. Dexter Jenkins, Jeanette Lopez, Manny Lopez, Claudia Marin, Jocelyn Martinez Benitez, Giovanni Medina, Maria Orduna, Kimberlyn Palacios, Omar Perea, Guadalupe Perez, Valeria Quintanilla, Daisy Rodriguez. Ladies, come this way. Come this way. Viviana Sanchez, Daniel Sacedo, Victor Silva, Jonathan Solorzano, Edwin Soto, and Reina Torres. Please give these 9th graders a hand.
Tell the parents to take pictures.
Go, 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 go. Parents, feel free to take pictures of your 9th grader if you'd like right now. All right, y'all gotta smile a whole bunch. Marlene, why are you hiding behind everybody?
Hey, look that way, guys. They're going to take your picture. Look that way. Say cheese. Ladies and gentlemen, the future leaders of America. When we first met them, they were just little 6th graders, wanted to try out for band, and look at them now. Good luck in high school, guys. Thank you for being in the George Band. All right, thank you, guys. All right, we have one more for you. This is the Stars and Stripes Forever March. Parents, you may recognize this march. What? At the end? No.
Let's not do things we haven't practiced.
Thank you all for being here. This march is about a 3-minute and 30-second march. It's a famous march that we've been working on. We're excited to play it for you. At the conclusion of the performance, tubas, baritones, and percussion will need to load the trailer. Timpani need to go on first, and then we'll load all the tubas and so forth. So please help get all of our stuff back in the boxes and so forth. And we'll see them all at school tomorrow. Thank you for coming.